My name is Chris. I am the Deputy Director and the Community Outreach Coordinator of the Glasgow Zine Library. We talk about zines as, in their simplest way, self-published, handmade magazines. That's where the word comes from. Zines are an extremely broad form of medium. They're a really interesting outlet for people who are trying things out, who maybe say to themselves, I'm not very creative. They reduce the barriers to accessing their own creativity. We have thousands of zines on site, and they basically range from art to writing, to photography, to doodles, to really serious sort of social issues and things like that. America has a pretty thriving zine scene. A lot of cities have zine fairs and zine festivals. Glasgow didn't have one, but we know Glasgow is full of creative people. And so I think there was an interest in basically seeing, is there an appetite for zine making? On Fridays and Saturdays we're open to the public, and that's just anyone can come in. There's no entry fee, there's no library card. You can come in, you can read, you can charge your phone, you can have a cup of tea. We've had people come in and just bring their own laptops and just do work from here, and that's totally fine. We've got about 3,000 zines that we've collected over the last 10 years in an archive, accessioned kind of in various storage boxes, and then we've got the sort of rotating public collection as well that we use, so people who come and visit can look at that. We've got an amazing volunteer base. The team is really passionate and good at what they do, and I'd like to think that the goodwill is there in the community. I mean, I see all of our events do quite well, get a lot of positive feedback. We're always trying to make improvements, we're always trying to be in dialogue with that. The great thing about zines, and this is why I would not make a good teacher, is that I don't really believe there's a right or wrong way to make them. We have zines here that are beautiful, perfect bound, 100 pages. They've spent a year making them, and then we've got some that are a piece of paper that's been folded in half. Someone's written a word on each page, and these both belong in our archive. So yeah, I think in this modern digital age, zines are still paradoxically more important than ever, and I think we've seen a rise in interest that is kind of counter to what you'd assume based on the amount of access we have to other forms of quite universal communication. I think zines give people a sense of validation, self-validation, that being online and being in that space, dancing to the tune of another person's whims essentially, can't. At the end of the day, even if it's just people needing to take control of something when everything else feels completely out of their control, that is kind of what zines represent. And that's, lockdown or no, that's always going to be true, need to be true for people.